Hey yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Baseball Paradise Podcast. I'm your boy master, Dami, and today we're back with our rankings. Today we're doing the American League West. Um, Kind of a weird division, I would say. Um, I don't think the teams in the West are the greatest. I don't know. The Astros were like a powerhouse in that division the last couple of years, and we all know what happened. It, it is what it is. They lost a few players. Um, well, not a few, just really just Springer. Verlander's coming back from Tommy John, so we'll see how this division is going to play out this year. Last year we had the A's winning the division. Astros came in second. Then I believe it was the Mariners, the Angels, and then the Rangers. So we'll see. I think the big thing about this division is, can the Angels get Mike Trout into the playoffs? I don't know. We'll see. And we're just going to rank them like we always. If you watch the previous videos, if you haven't, go ahead, go back and watch the previous videos that we've done, or the previous podcasts if you're listening on SoundCloud. Yeah, we start from the bottom and work our way up to the number one team. And at number 5 in the American League West, I have the Texas Rangers. So, the Rangers, I don't know. There's last year kind of was like a year where you thought, 60 games, they had their guys. They had a nice little rotation going, they can sneak in, expand their playoffs. There's 8 teams, winning streak here and there, and boom, you're in, right? That didn't work out, right? They came in last place, and I'm expecting kind of the same thing, right? In my opinion, they got worse, right? They have a young star, a young prospect, I want to say star, but a young prospect in Leody Taveras. Hopefully he pans out for them. And then, they lost Elvis Andrus. Well, they let him go. Joey Gallo, right? Is he gonna bat over 200 and hit 50 home runs? Maybe, but I don't think that's gonna do it, right? Willie Calhoun's nice. They got David Dahl. Odor's gonna play third. That's where it's kind of like okay. And then you have Nate Lowe and Jose Trevino. And then the rotation, I don't know. Kyle Gibson was solid with the Twins. Foltynewicz had a good year, 2018, and hasn't been the same these last 2 years. And then I don't know what to expect from the bottom 3 guys. And they don't even know who their closer is going to be. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. But I don't expect much from the Rangers. I feel like they're going to be the worst team. And then the next team I have is one of the teams that I'm excited to see play, just because they're so young, just because they have so many good prospects. I think in the next 5 years, this team might be if their prospects pan out, this is going to be the team to watch out for. And it's the Mariners. J.P. Crawford's not a bad shortstop. Mitch Haniger. Then Kyle Lewis came out of, and just, he really put on a show for us last year. And honestly, I don't think anybody was expecting that. And if he can just ride off that wave, he's going to be A-okay. Kai Seager, the vet, has been there forever. Tom Murphy, Ty France. Dylan Moore, not bad. Good little hitter. Evan White, the top first base prospect for them, and then Jake Fraley. And then I know they have other guys. Can't remember his name. I think it's last name. I think it's Julio Rodriguez, prospect. So it's supposed to look pretty good. And then the rotation, James Paxton's back. It's pretty nice. Marcos Gonzalez. Yusei Kikuchi is coming back. So, can these guys live up to that? Maybe sneak in, I don't know. I don't know. But I don't think the Mariners, 60 games compared to 162 is it's a big difference, you know. And then we have the number 3 team, which I'm hoping will be the number 2 team eventually, and maybe sneak in as a wild card, is the Angels. I mean, they have David Fletcher, nice. Mike Trout, we all know. Rendon, Upton, Otani. They brought Fowler, Dexter Fowler. They brought Jose Iglesias. But the lineup isn't the big deal, right? I think the biggest thing for the Angels has been and always will be pitching. They go spend big bucks on bats, Pujols, so Rendon, Mike Trout, Upton, big bats. But the pitching is always the problem. They got Dylan Bundy, who's going to start opening day. Are you really excited about that being your one? Heaney has shown signs of being great. Griffin Canning looks good, right? Maybe in a couple years he'll be the ace, I think. And then they brought Quintana, who's been he's had good years in Chicago with the White Sox. And then when he went to the Cubs, kind of iffy. So maybe if he gets back to those White Sox days, maybe, who knows. And then they have a Cobb, and then hopefully, their guy, fingers crossed, Otani will be able to pitch a full year. So, who knows? I feel like this Angels team is good enough to, sneak in to the playoffs. Not really so much sneak in, but just be a wild card team. The Astros are not that great anymore. I know they have a lot of the same guys, but their pitching rotation is not the same. They're hitting, their lineup. They lost Springer. They've lost other guys, so it's kind of like, we'll see. And at number 2, speaking of the Astros, is the Astros. I don't know if it was just coming off the whole cheating scandal and having to play. I don't know. Maybe they were cheating and that's all. That was their offense. Altuve. But then again, it was 60 games, so your numbers are gonna fall a little bit. We'll see. I think this year will determine whether the cheating was a big deal. They made it all the way to the ALCS, right? Granted, but a whole 162, the numbers weren't great. Altuve batted terribly. Bregman had okay. Correa was okay. Brantley, I think, was pretty much their best hitter. Jordan will be back. A lot of these guys' numbers fell significantly. But again, 60 games, if you have a bad stretch of games, your numbers might look a lot worse than how you actually played. So, I'm intrigued to see if, we all seen the facts. We all seen the scandal. We'll see. I think this year will really determine whether the cheating was a big factor into their success in those years, especially 2017, right? More specifically, Altuve. His numbers went down real bad. So, and especially winning the year significantly, 2017, more specifically in 2017, where he won MVP, where they really hammered that cheating scandal. We'll see. We'll see if it makes sense. And then the rotation, Greinke's going to be Greinke. He's going to give you ERA in the 3s, maybe a 2s if he's amazing. McCullers hasn't really been the same. And then you got a nice young group of guys at the bottom with Framber Valdez, Jose Urquidy, and Christian Javier. Don't know what you're going to get from them. And then you have Verlander, who just stepped on the mound, I think, today or yesterday. One of these days, sometime this week, he stepped on the mound for the first time through. Right, so we'll see if Verlander comes back the same. He's a little bit older, so we'll see. Hopefully, Verlander's a great pitcher, so I don't want to see him go down like that. Let him ride off the high horse, right? So we'll see if the Astros can pull it together. I don't know. We'll see. I think this year is going to determine whether that cheating scandal was a theme. But who knows? It might carry on. Fans are going to be allowed this time, so we'll see. We will see. And then the number 1 team I have in the American League West, the defending division champs, the Oakland A's. And like I said, I feel like on paper, the Astros, Yeah, the cheating kind of, we don't know. We don't know. That's the big thing. We don't know if the cheating had a big part in it. Um, but the A's, they're younger. I feel like they're a little bit better, Even though the names on paper are not as big as the names on the Astros, they get the job done. Jed Lowry, Matt Chapman, Matt Olson, Mark Canna's a good hitter. Ramon Laureano's not bad. Steven Piscotty has been solid. Sean Murphy is a solid catcher. And the rotation is just young and good. Frankie Montas, Jesus Luzardo, Chris Bassett has been good. Sean Manaea is solid. And then, they did lose Liam Hendricks in the back end. So we'll see. We'll see how that plays. But Jake Diekman, I think, is the projected closer right now. It's not a bad option. A little bit older, but hey, nice little lefty coming out the pen. I think the A's will be fine. The A's are the type to make a trade, make a big move. They're not afraid to trade. They're not afraid, to let go of guys to get better. We've seen that they've traded Cespedes. They've traded Josh Donaldson. They're not afraid. Same management, same ownership. They're not afraid to pull the trigger, right? So we'll see. This is my rankings, top 10. It's the Baseball Paradise Podcast with Master Dami, presented by the Duck Bros. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with my rankings? Who do you think's winning the division? Can the Angels finally get Mike Trout into the playoffs? After 9 years, 8 years? I forgot the last time it was. It's been so long. Let the greatest player of our generation at least have a time to shine in October. That's what I think. Thank you guys for tuning in. Peace.